Alright, this is a wellness reading for Aries. I have a few different cards, I think, in some of the decks. So, this kind of has double meanings, so we'll go over that somewhere in the middle, I guess. But anyway, this is a current check-in, and I'm in my garage, so, lighting's bad. But anyway, so we have the Seven of Swords, we have the Three of Swords, we have the Ten of, I think, Cups. I always get that one wrong. We have the Hanged Man, we have the Eight of Pentacles. I can actually turn these around. It really doesn't matter which way they are, it's just a more positive outlook, I guess. And I have no tripod, so it's a great day for me. Anyway, we have the Ten of Swords. We have the Empress. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Six of Cups. Okay. So, let's see. I do have cats in here too. There's a few of them. So the Six of Swords. Let's see. A breakthrough or an inventive situation. So there's fame and achievement here. Also, logic and strife. So it might be hard to get recognition at this moment. Three of Swords. Moving beyond sorrow, understanding one's own feelings. So there's probably a breakup or there's some type of misunderstanding that went on. So you're just now getting around to understanding how you felt about the situation or about the person and actually taking time for yourself, which is fine. You could still be in the relationship, but you do need self-care time. You can't just be going like 24/7 without some downtime, you know what I mean? So, Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups kind of has a connotation in this reading of being the Wheel of Fortune. So there's plans that are set in motion, but there might be no love, no family, no romance, and no luck at the moment. So this could be kind of on the back burner at the moment. You're not really going forth and trying to conquer to find this, but you are trying to get yourself in tip-top shape in order to achieve this. So this is kind of future energy, I guess. And then we have the Hanged Man. Like I said, you're kind of in a transition period, but you're also waiting until you feel better about a situation. I myself had to take a sabbatical, so you know how that is. Anyway, so the Hanged Man is peace through self-discipline, freedom from distraction. There might be no health issues. There's just, you need a moment or 6 months. I don't think I took 6 months. I took more like 4. But yeah, I needed time off, so I felt better about everything in my life. Everything just kept coming at me, and I was just like, I need to figure some of this stuff out. And you might be going through the same type of thing. So we have comfort achieved through work and persistence. And there's probably no finance coming in right now that's like significant in your, job or anything. It might just be like ideas you have or certain things that you can improve on as far as your job's concerned. So you're kind of like taking everything into like full account. You're just like, I need to do this, I need to do that. I might need to do a few things here and there, and I might need to cut back on a few things. But that's fine. That's something you should do anyway as an adult. But yeah, it's one of those things. Anyway, we have the Queen of Swords. So there's strategy, intelligence, and ambition here. Like I said, you're probably thinking about all categories, strategy, stuff like that in order to get by or to improve on. Okay. You could be going through a lot financially, physically, mentally, spiritually, and kind of stuck in the middle of a situation that might not be, chicken tendies and mac and cheese. You know what I mean? Anyway, so we have the Empress. So the Empress, fertility, we have abundance, responsibility to nature. There could also be parenthood, love, and family and relationship issues with certain family members or certain relationships that are kind of toxic. So you might be like, I can't be around this person anymore. Yeah, because there's some people that just don't get along with other people. So, sometimes you just need a break from certain people. I think in my family it's a lot like that, but we do all get along, but sometimes there's stronger personalities and a few very modest personalities that kind of don't speak up for themselves a lot of times, and that could be like where you're stuck. You could be more of a high personality and you're trying to get into like a very peaceful passive personality yourself in order to understand where people are coming from, and it might be a little bit difficult because you're always in like a fire energy, or you're always trying to do stuff, get stuff, or to get what you need out of a situation. And a lot of people probably think that you're taking advantage of somebody or somebody's taking advantage of you, and you kind of don't see it that way. It's a very different perspective, and you're trying to make them understand your perspective, and they're trying to make you understand their perspective. So that could also be it as well. All right, so we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is interesting. So love, beauty, union, love, and choice. So you're making a choice based on how you feel in a situation. A lot of people find this very difficult and hard to do because there's a lot of stuff that goes into choosing a person for your spouse. If your family doesn't like them, that could be an issue. If if you kind of have spats every now and again, that could be an issue as well, and you're not working as a complete unit. So hopefully the person that you choose is kind of, a team player, as well as somebody who wants to get along with your family. Because you never know. Like, you could need your family for certain things or certain points of wisdom. You're not going to learn everything, like, right off the bat when you turn, 18. You're going to be trial and error for a while until you, stop learning, which would be when you're the one that people are asking for advice. Anyway, so we have keep going. I feel like you're in the middle of your journey as far as this is concerned. Roll with it, go with the flow. I feel like you might be resisting a lot of the goals and people and situations and problems. I feel like you might also be going around in a cycle, which could be a bit of a problem because you're not really learning the lesson that is supposed to teach you. With some lessons, you have to kind of admit defeat, and other points and chases, you do have a moment's period where your win is kind of delayed, So if that's the case, just wait on it. It'll be fine. And there's also surrender. Surrender is kind of that advice of just know where you're coming in. If you made a mistake, admit it. If you're correct, stay correct. But a lot of people can't just decipher through that because they don't know themselves too well. So hopefully you know yourself enough to know where you stand in a situation. But it's a growing pain. It's like, if I'm wrong, I have to admit that. If I'm right, I have to admit that. But I also have to understand where the other person's coming from. And that's the point of being an adult. That's probably the hardest lesson to learn as an adult. You can't win all the time. It's not like winner takes all, It's like winner accepts the win and also has to kind of admit that, good game, Some games kind of suck. But anyway, so listen to your instinct. So if you're right, you're right. Like I said, if you're wrong, you're wrong. You have to admit that. It's a thing. And then we have create. With all situations, you're going to create your own situation, your own balance, your own personality, your own attitude towards certain things. With me, myself, and I, being a tripod is now my life's purpose because I lost mine. Got broken too. I had one that got broken, one that got lost. Don't ask me how. It's YMCA, weird stuff. Anyway, my life purpose now is a tripod. And your life purpose right now could be working hard, getting through the day, and actually going home and resting. That's fine. You can be a potato if you want to. That's totally fine. But you need to get to the next milestone, I believe, in order to feel like you've accomplished something, which is, it might take time. Also, follow your heart. There is also the point of your love relationships. And you might have a lot of different options there. Excuse me. You might have a lot of options. But you have to go with where your heart's telling you you need to be. And it might not always be, obvious to other people. It might be kind of oh, you can't do that, that person's bad for you, whatever. But you have to go where your heart tells you to be. You might actually change this person. You might actually be the light this person needs. You might actually be a good influence on these people that you're choosing. But you have to choose who's good for you, alright? And that's kind of what I'm saying. My hand's like, resting, inevitable. So, anyway. So you're going to have to make a choice based on how you feel. And also, let's see, we have some other obstacles that are coming up, as well as channeled messages. So let's get to those. The thoughts that keep a person awake, a struggle, or a sense of events. So everything that's been going on in your life, you're probably replaying and trying to take a moment to be like, oh shit, and what happened there and all this. With self-care, it's a thinking moment, It's like, I need to rest, I need to relax, I need to think about these things, okay? And then there's caution and potential here. So it might throw you kind of into the lion's jaws if you kind of go up too fast. If you're in a business and you're really good at it and you go up in the company really fast, it brings a lot of attention. Like, you might have had help, you might have had other assistants of kind of not the savory kind, you know what I mean? There's a lot of rumors that go on in that case if you rise too fast. Also, in certain cases in YouTube, there is a few people that are the favorites. I am not one of those, so I'll be a bottom feeder for the rest of my life, being a catfish, whatever. But yeah, you kind of have to be aware of where you stand in certain situations. If you're not a favorite, you're going to be a bottom dweller. If you're the favorite, you're going to be a point of criticism, But you can't really take that into, oh, this is bad and this is bad. You kind of have to know thyself and know thine position, so then you can better protect yourself and defend yourself if need be. Okay, we also have vigilance, a struggle to stay ahead. So you're constantly going to try to stay ahead of gossip, of ridicule, of financial debt, stuff like that. You'll have more problems than I think you probably accounted for. And I'm laughing because I'm like, this was me like a month ago. But yeah, you're constantly going to have to like settle debt. You're going to have to settle scores. You're going to have to settle like your work schedule based around your own personal life, which might be a bit of a problem for some people. And a lot of times you might actually get cut short on like job time and all this stuff because of certain things that happen in your life, and you have to account for that. You have to be responsible enough to say, yeah, I had to take my kids to daycare, and the daycare teacher kind of got sick, and I had to, take one for the team, and that might happen a lot with children. I feel like your children might be a high demand for you. So it's not their fault either because they want to spend time with you and you need to work and you need to do this and you need to do that. It's never going to be where it settles. Um, it doesn't matter if you have kids or not. You're always going to have to get the next best thing or the better thing or be better or do better or have that degree or do this. And you have to find your center and where you feel it's necessary. Some people can't differentiate between what's meant for them and what's meant for somebody else. If it works for somebody else, will it work for you? Probably not. Because there's a lot of different things in life that happen to certain people and might not work for other people. Okay, so just take that into account too. So we have everything has to come to a standstill. Avoiding taking a stand, teaching yourself an art form, getting revenge on somebody, a single parent, gambling, extreme, extreme nationality, sorrow brings the best ideas, sorrow, uh, tedious work, dark feelings, backing, abundance. It hurts to describe between. It's hard to decide between two people or things. A difficult childhood, nourishing your soul with learning or with self care. Let's see. A perfectionist, a happy mother wishing you were a child again, hairdresser, beauty, gentle urges, hearing the truth, needing somebody to talk to, a home renovation, investing more time in your hobbies. So, yeah, I write all these down when I channel them. Working on emotional health to be healthier physically, mentally, spiritually, and probably, more in tune with yourself. Okay. See, I did abbreviations for that, so I'm trying to rethink whatever I wrote down. Your home where you can be yourself. So it might have been a while before you could be yourself. You might have actually been working too much or having a lot of dark feelings about certain things, but you do have to kind of equal out the pain, sorrow, and spread it so then it's like there's good feelings there's bad feelings there's things going on in your life that you can't control. There's things in your life that you can control. And you can't control somebody else, okay? So that's kind of a thing that you need to respect. Also, a lot of people cannot take on as much as you do. A lot of people feel intimidated that you can do everything you can do. And some people are like, I can barely wipe my own ass. Like, you kind of have to, think about it to yourself. Just be like, they didn't, like, walk away from you. They walked away from their own insecurity and lack of responsibility. Some people can only pay a bill. Some people can only wipe their ass. Some people can take on the world, kick ass, beat the crap out of their boss, and walk out of the building. I don't want to, encourage you to beat up your boss, but sometimes your boss is kind of a cunt, I know mine is. But anyway, so just make sure that you take into consideration that since you can do everything, other people might not be able to, okay? And you kind of have to find that sweet medium of they'll do what they need to do, and that'll help you out a little bit. You're going to have to kind of run the marathon for the both of you. If you're in a relationship where you kind of have a baby mama, baby daddy type issue, okay? And I know it's hard, but I think this is kind of like your cross to bear and be the best parent you can be. My mom was a single parent. She worked 6 jobs. She also came to all of our like Boy Scout, Girl Scout meetings, our sports things. And she also had sitters that did that for us too. You know, she was kind of like she had to work that day. She couldn't get off work, so she sent a sitter or a relative to watch us. And, you know, we knew the deal. We also had to go through like a lot of different things because my brother, you know, he has autism. So, you know, you constantly have to leave people with autism with people that they like or that they have something in common with, you know, because they don't feel comfortable around certain people. So that was a big issue for us too. So I feel like you might be doing that as well. You're trying to find a sitter that can do it all and that your kids like and that's responsible and all this. But yeah, I mean, being a parent's hard, being a babysitter's hard. Being able to, you know, get to work and have the sitter arrive on time is pretty hard too. So it's kind of a lot of things. I don't think parents get paid enough. I don't think nannies get paid enough. I don't think people get paid enough. You know, life is hard and life is expensive, but nobody, you know, is outrunning each other. It's like we're all in the same thing. It's just, can you help me with this? You know, sometimes you have to ask for help. So, anyway, Aries, hopefully this helped you out. I know it was long, kind of long winded. I did go off a little bit because I do curse because it comes through. And I know some of you might be angry. So it kind of works with it. So hopefully this helps you out. I will see you in the next reading. I will have a couple surprises, I think, coming in the next couple months, which will help with everybody's mental health, physical health, and other things. So I'm kind of experimenting with my own stuff. So, you know, hopefully it helps somebody out there out with everything. And hopefully this reading helped you out too. I will see you in the next one. Hopefully everything's all right with you. It's a journey, it's not an adventure. So hopefully you learn the lessons you need to. You admit when you're wrong. You have a moment of weakness where you ask for help. Because, you know, God doesn't give you more than you can handle. But sometimes He does in order to test you. Okay? So remember that. Anyway, I'll see you later, alright?